And this mother said, oh no, you're not going to do that. And the other thing, notice, Charles, that, the government's been waging this 30-year-old failed war on drugs, and they won't let it go. And yet here they are, the purveyors of drugs. They're trying to inject these mind-altering substances into this little girl, just like they do in many of the public schools, where a kid resists authority.
Right.
He's bored with public schools. They put him on Adderall, Ritalin. They screw up his life for the rest of his life because he did not defer to their authority in these government schools.
Jacob, I say amen to that. We have over-medicated our kids and taken away all kinds of parental responsibilities.
All right, what's up, yins, guys? Time for another video. A little bit windy today, and fall weather is actually coming. It's actually going to be jacket weather. You know what it is about today? I almost want to wear my hat. I mean, weather report said it's going to warm up here and there a little bit. But anyway, tell you about something I was seeing on the TV news. Kind of laughable and sad at the same time, but it reminds me of a few things, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Yeah, how much they pay the mainstream news media. Even though I like our news people, they're cool, the weather and all that. These news outlets are getting paid to hype something, or they just told what to repeat or whatever. But not that their opinions reflect the same opinions. But yeah, I'm kind of laughing about this because okay. Bear with me. It reminds me of a Henry Rollins video. I mean, the Henry Rollins shit. So it reminds me of that, a Henry Rollins joke. So I'm going ahead with. All right, the TV news talking about hyping up. The other day I saw it about how great ketamine is. That it's the new antidepressant that they want to get people addicted to now. Well, it was around for a while, but they've been hyping up lately. I just seen that. It's great news. No, all the other bullshit that they were putting on TV every other year. For people's mental health or whatever the hell. Yeah, they want to get people addicted to another thing, and hype it up a little bit. Meanwhile, they're locking up different levels of drug dealers. Indicting doctors. Our Attorney General is indicting some doctors over prescribing pain pills. But just like I'm going to quote a video I saw. It was a Fox News outlet. I seen YouTube a long time ago. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you with the whole details about the video other than the president of the Future of Freedom Foundation. I have his face and his speech playing in my head where, we have this long, dragged-out war on drugs, but yet the country is the biggest purveyors of drugs, you know what I mean? They're locking away drug dealers for basically dealing drugs without the proper permission and proper license, right? And you're locked up for selling certain drugs that are prescribed by doctors, but you're doing it without a license and without paying your protection money to the authorities that can arrest you. You know what I mean? But other than that, now they want to get people addicted to ketamine. Oh yeah, and ketamine, I seen on a TV news a while back. The one black kid. I don't want to get quoted wrong. I looked up the article. He was something wrong with him, a little autistic black kid. Police go and stop him on the streets and handcuff him, and then they get the EMS and they inject him with ketamine and it killed him. There was details about it on the article. I ought to reread it. I don't want to unwittingly misquote it. Actually, I felt sorry for the poor dude. That pissed me off. That one pissed me off more than the George Floyd thing. So actually, after all, George Floyd did time in prison for a home invasion and pointing a gun at a woman, of unborn baby, and he did time for it, which, if you were a juror, you have to put aside, for reasons about bias. Say if George Floyd didn't die and he was put on trial or whatever, or violating any kind of a thing. If the police did accidentally kill him already, for passing counterfeit money or whatever the hell, then they get a shitload of people all over the place vandalizing and marching and blocking traffic over him. Oh, the outrage was minimal compared to this dude, and I think, anyway, I should bring up the article of that. That pissed me off more than the George Floyd thing. George Floyd, a bunch of degenerates and vandals come out of the woodwork. And, but anyway, yeah. But aside from that, yeah, what reminded me of a Henry Rollins joke. By the way, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm pausing, trying not to laugh because I'm hearing Henry Rollins when he said about, you can bring it up on YouTube. I still revisit that video. Henry Rollins on modern rave music. He was ripping on modern rave music and some progressive rock. And he says, where did these people come create this modern rave music? Did a bunch of people in a warehouse full of ketamine and ecstasy get all jacked up on ketamine and ecstasy and make music? Well, ketamine doesn't really get you jacked up, but I'm just getting all out of it from ketamine and ecstasy, me using the wrong. But yeah, he goes, did people just get go in a warehouse full of ketamine and ecstasy and get somebody here, make some music, or just some person dicking around on a Macintosh, make some music, or he said, what came first, modern rave music or modern rock music or the drugs? Here, this shit sucks. Take these drugs. Oh, that's so good. It was hilarious. But he made quote about people getting all out of it with ketamine and ecstasy, and say them how they made music, and how modern rave music and modern rock music sucks, and how that all sounds alike. But anyway, that kind of reminded me of that, but on a more funny and comedic note. But yeah, right. Anyway, getting back to what I was just saying there too. All kind of other YouTubers saying this. They arrest you for everything from illegal drugs like heroin and crack, and then meth and all that. But you could also get arrested for legitimate drugs that are prescribed without the prescription, but say you're buying them across borders and reselling it, selling it without a license, and plus you can get arrested for it for selling it without paying your protection money to particular corrupt authorities. But yet the people get these PhDs, right? You could say damn near anything. You can buy the shit without a prescription and go to jail for possession of it, but yet you can go to some quack therapist, right? And get it handed right out to you if you're depressed or if you have low self-esteem, and they're the biggest purveyors and pushers on that, you know what I mean? A modern day version of the Steppenwolf song, Goddamn the Pusher, you know what I mean? If you let these people, they'll legitimately push you or encourage you to take in all kind of damn garbage, So now ketamine's on the list. Yeah, you get a prescription for it, say if you are encouraged to be lazy-minded and not even trying, you know what I mean? And then you get it legitimately, because you're depressed or whatever, handing it out. Yeah, and even, there's a website out there called An Industry of Death. And I didn't know at the time. I figured out later it was associated with Scientology. And not that I'm into Scientology, but that website did tell some truth there. I gotta look and see if that website's still up. It was associated with Scientology. When I found out about it, I didn't know it was associated with Scientology. And an industry of death, could make damn near anything a mental disorder. You know what I mean? And hand it out and encourage parents to hand the shit out to their kids. You know what I mean too. Yeah, just push that shit on people or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Pretty soon, if you don't take nothing and um, you're actually some kind of bad person for taking nothing, and pretty soon having self-esteem and actually walking around with a cocky look on your face and maybe some muscle development or something, and you don't take any of their shit, having too much self-esteem, walking around with a cocky look on your face will actually become a crime because you don't comply with or buy their shit. Oh, by the way, too, if you take any of that garbage because you're depressed and you get it handed out to you, it's also illegal to get a prescription for it and sell it to somebody else, which rightly so. After all, you know what? They got to get their own prescription for it, right? Or pain pills, which that was the case too for a reason. You're not allowed to legitimately get pain pills and then go sell them to somebody else, but people do. You know what I mean? And doctors got in got indicted. You know, the attorney general's office for over prescribing pain pills and everything. And you know, they got to throw somebody out under the bus. They have to have a fall guy for that because regular people are being outraged. Our family members are dying of the shit. You know what I mean? And all the multiple lawsuits or whatever the hell. And it's double standards, excuses, double standards, triple standards. What are they gonna do? Have double standards and triple standards and quadruple standards? And, passing the buck on somebody else, you know. I'm just sarcastically talking about triple standards because it's like excuses and passing the buck. Making excuses and blaming somebody else, throwing somebody else under the bus while defending the distribution and use and the defending the endorsing and pushing of the item in question and making excuses. Yeah, totally outlaw it completely in prohibition. It just drives the prices up of the underground market. You know, we saw that in when they tried to prohibit alcohol. You know. People were arguing. Yeah, that's why they have this shit. They're arguing you totally outlaw it, which is true. Then they make the excuse, but it's still right to get people with PhDs to push this shit on everybody else. And then also the argument is too, they're going to sell it illegally anyway. Why can't we have a piece of the pie? So they have to retool the reasons to arrest people and throw different people in jail. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't get caught selling any kind of shit illegally. You know, without. Yeah, you go to jail for without paying your protection money. That's all it is. Selling it without a license or selling it without paying your protection money, or you can get shot by some rival for not for selling it in their territory, or without paying your dues or protection money to the enforcing class on the streets. You know, the ones without the badges. Just like I preached before, you can. Yeah, the enforcing class with or without the badge. It's all who you piss off. You know what I mean?